Hello everyone. In this lesson we'll be discussing about Western and Eastern Ghats in India. I am Bhumika Saini. I've done my engineering from NIT Jaipur. You can follow me on Unacademy by following this link. Unacademy courses are free of cost, but if you like the course, you can pay an optional fee by following the contribute link on Unacademy. Now let's study about Western Ghats. These Western Ghats they stretch from Tapi Valley in the north to Kanyakumari in the south, right? And in the north it is called Sahyadri till 11-degree north latitude. Okay, so it is three sections: the northern Western Ghats, the central ones, and the southern one. Now we'll discuss about each of them in detail. Now let's discuss northern Western Ghats. So it is located between Tapi Valley in the north till 16-degree north latitude, right? Here it is generally called Sahyadris. It has basaltic lava cover, and here the highest point is Kalsubai. So highest point of Western Ghats in the northern section is Kalsubai. It is highly rugged and it is dissected by a number of rivers. So number of rivers they are cutting this Western Ghats in this region, and a number of rivers are also originating here. For example, Godavari, right? So it's from these northern Western Ghats only. Okay, then the second one, the central Western Ghats, it is located between 16-degree to 11-degree north latitude, right? Now this has granitic structure. So the geology is that is it has granitic structure. In Karnataka, here the highest point is Mulangiri in Baba Budan Hills. So these are the hills which are also famous for coffee, right? So that is the highest point in Baba Budan Hills. This section has developed rejuvenation structures like nick points, waterfalls, etc., right? And especially this jog falls over Sharavati river. These are famous falls in India, right? These are one of the largest waterfalls in India, especially in the southern India. Okay, so this is about central Western Ghats. Now the third one, that is southern Western Ghats. It is also called as southern mountain complex, right? And it has three parallel range and one transverse range. Now the three parallel ranges are Nilgiri, Annamalai and Cardamom. Now you can see it here. This is Nilgiri, then this is Annamalai, and this is Cardamom. So these are three parallel range, and one transverse range is Palni Hills here. Okay, this one Palni Hills. Okay, so these mountains they have an average elevation of 1600 to 2500 meters, and here we have one of the famous gap, that is Palghat gap. It is approximately 50 kilometers gap, and it is between the southern part of Western Ghats and the main Sahyadri that is a part of Western Ghats. Okay, now in these ranges, Doda Beta is the highest peak of Nilgiri. So here we have Doda Beta, that is the highest peak of Nilgiris. Then Anai Muddi, that is the highest peak of Annamalai, and Anai Muddi is also the highest peak of South India. So the highest peak of South India is Anai, that is also the highest peak of Annamalai Hills. Okay, then Agastamalai is the highest peak of Cardamom Hills. So here we have Cardamom Hills, and the highest peak is Agastamalai. So this is the southern mountain complex. Nilgiri Hills, the highest peak Doda Beta; Annamalai, the highest peak Anai, which is also the highest peak of southern India; and the third one, Cardamom Hills, the highest peak is Agastamalai; and one transverse range, that is Palni Hills. So these are the southern Western Ghats. Okay, now these Western Ghats, how they have been formed. Now you should understand one thing, that Western Ghats have been formed by subduction of Arabian Sea and the tilting of peninsula in east and northeastern direction during the Himalayan upliftment. So you should understand this thing, that here we have Arabian Sea, so subduction of Arabian Sea, this subduction of this Arabian Sea basin, and the eastern and the tilting of this whole peninsula in the eastern and the northeastern direction during the Himalayan upliftment. So this is how these Western Ghats have formed, and that is why it appears as block mountains in the west, and the slope appears to be escarpment. So you can see it here; it appears to be as block mountains in the west, and here we have the escarpment. Okay. Thus along the west coast they look like trepan. So as such they have staircase formation. Trepan, that is staircase formation. Okay, so in the eastern section it is a rolling plateau with extremely low slope. You can see it here we have the eastern section. Okay, so extremely low slope. As such it is a very gentle slope. Okay, so this is the formation of Western Ghats. Now let's discuss about Eastern Ghats. Geologically, these are Precambrian fold mountains, right? And they are younger, contemporary to Aravali Hills. So if we see presently, these hills, the Eastern Ghats, they are highly dissected, they are highly fragmented, right? And they are highly denuded or eroded. And it runs roughly along the eastern coast. So you can see it here how dissected they are. These are the ranges in the Eastern Ghats: Chevroy Hills, Javdi Hills, Palkonda, Venukonda, Nallamalai, Northern Saka. So these are highly denuded and dissected. Average elevation is quite low if we compare it with Western Ghats. Here the average elevation is 150 to 300 meters. They are made of three rock systems. Chondrolite series is the major rock system that is in the central part of Andhra Pradesh and Orissa. Then in the Tamil Nadu region we have the granitic gneiss. Then in the northern part, especially in the Shillong region, we have the Dharwad rock. So these are the three rock system of which this particular Eastern Ghats, these are made up of. Okay, now the peninsular rivers, they have carved out wide U-shaped valleys, right? That is why these mountains are scattered. Now what happens, most of the peninsular rivers, they originate from Western Ghats and they are actually flowing towards the Bay of Bengal, so they are cutting these Eastern Ghats, and that is why they have carved wide U-shaped valleys. Okay, that's why these mountains are scattered and fragmented. So in Tamil Nadu they are called Chevroy Hills and Javadi. You can see it here, these are the Chevroy Hills, these are the Javadi Hills. Okay, in Andhra Pradesh they are called Palkonda, Velikonda and Nalamalai Hills. You can see it here, Palkonda, then Venikonda and Nalamala Hills, right? In north it is called Northern Circars between Godavari and Mahanadi Basin. So here we have the Northern Circars between Godavari River and Mahanadi River Basin. Now Northern Circars are the highest part of Eastern Ghats. Okay. Now in Orissa, here highest point is Mahendragiri. That is there is a district, Ganjam district, along the coast in Orissa. So here we have the highest part of Eastern Ghats, and these mountains are hardly watershed. Why? Because as such, except for River Indravati is tributary of Godavari, right? So except for this river, hardly any river is originating from these Eastern Ghats. So most of the rivers are originating from Western Ghats only. Okay, so this is about Eastern Ghats. Now let's discuss about the difference between Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. As I had already told you, they are a bit higher as compared to Eastern Ghats. The average elevation is 600 to 1200 meter, right? And it is still higher in south where we have the highest peak, that is Anaimudi. These are pretty low in height. If we compare it with Western Ghats, the average elevation is 150 to 300 meters. Now these were formed due to tilting of tilting of the eastern and the northeastern section, right, and upliftment plus the subduction of Arabian Basin. Here Eastern Ghats are a bit subdued. Okay, then in Western Ghats, most important watershed, for example, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri, they all these rivers are originating from Western Ghats, and they are all east flowing rivers. Okay, now Eastern Ghats, they hardly have the origin point of any river except for river Indravati. Okay, so they actually have poor watershed. Now in Western Ghats, as we've already discussed, that it has a staircase like formation. That's why in the western part it appears to be like Trepan, and it looks like Block Mountain in the west. In Eastern Ghats, if you see, these are ancient fold mountains, right, and these are highly eroded and denuded. Okay, these are highly scattered, fragmented, and all the river valleys are, they are cutting these mountains cutting the ranges of Eastern Ghats. Now these are densely forested, right? As compared to Western Ghats, these are less forested. Mostly here you will find dry deciduous to moist deciduous, but in Western Ghats you will find tropical wet evergreen forest also, because of the rainfall is at in the western part, in especially in the western section of the Western Ghats, the rainfall is greater than 250 centimeters. So these are densely forested. Now here laterite soils are found because the rainfall is very high, and on the contrary here generally red sandy soil is found, right? Now as I told you, the rainfall here is 150 centimeter, more than 150 centimeter, and at times it is more than 250 centimeter, especially along the western part of the Western Ghats, right? So 100 centimeter iso height is as such the crest of Western Ghats, but here in Eastern Ghats rainfall is generally less, so rainfall is in the range of 60 to 100 centimeter. Okay, that is why here I told you it is densely forested and it is less forested, right? And due to high rainfall only laterite soils are found, because the minerals are leached away, right, in laterite soils. Okay, so this is about Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats. Thank you.